Okay, Maya, quick question. Actually, no, picture this first. You walk into a beautiful old 19th century timber house in Istanbul, right? You go inside, and there is a massive glass display case. And inside that case, 4,213 cigarette butts.
Wait, what? 4,000? Leo, that sounds like, I don't know, a very specific type of spring cleaning nightmare.
Right? It's 4,213 to be exact. And here's the kicker. Every single one of them was supposedly smoked by the same woman. Her name was Füsun.
Okay, that is... Wow. Is this a health exhibit or a very strange art installation?
Neither. Well, both. It's part of the Museum of Innocence in Istanbul, and this is where it gets truly wild. Füsun isn't a real person. She's a character in a novel.
Wait, really? A museum for a person who doesn't even exist?
Exactly. It's the brainchild of Orhan Pamuk. He's this incredibly famous Turkish author, and he didn't just write a book and then think, oh, I should make a museum. He actually created the novel and the museum at the same time. It's like he was building a physical body for a soul he was writing on paper.
Pues, that is some next level dedication. So he was basically living in two worlds at once?
Totally. He started collecting these objects in the 90s. He'd go to junk dealers, antique shops, friends' houses. He'd find like a salt shaker or a specific old map of Istanbul, and he'd think, this belongs in the story. Sometimes the object inspired a chapter, and sometimes a chapter he wrote sent him on a hunt for a specific object.
That's fascinating. It's like the objects were his writing prompts. But I'm curious, if the characters are fictional, are the objects real?
That's the meta part of it. The objects are real 1970s and 80s artifacts from Istanbul. They're things people actually used, wore, or heard. But in the museum, they are presented as the personal belongings of Kemal, the main guy in the book, and his lost love, Füsun. It's all about their love story from the 70s to the early 2000s. It's like basically a time capsule of a heart.
I love that. A time capsule of a heart. It feels so much more personal than, say, a huge national gallery with marble statues.
Oh, you're hitting the nail on the head. Pamuk actually wrote a manifesto for museums in the museum catalog. He's basically over the big museums. He thinks places like the Louvre or the Hermitage are too focused on history with a capital H. You know, kings, wars, national identity. He argues that we need smaller, more individualistic museums that tell stories instead of histories.
I can see that. It's the difference between looking at a map of a war and looking at a single dented tea tin that someone held while they were waiting for a letter. One is a fact, the other is a feeling.
Yes, exactly. He says museums should reveal the humanity of individuals. It's so cozy, right? It's not about being impressed. It's about being, connected.
It's making me think about all the junk I have in my junk drawer. My old concert tickets, that one weird seashell. If I put them in a glass box, would they tell a story?
To a future historian or a very confused AI, absolutely.
Oh, definitely. Can you imagine if we were just AI bots trying to process that museum? We'd be like, error, why are there 4,000 nicotine delivery sticks behind glass? This is inefficient.
Logic dictates these should be recycled. But luckily, we have these messy, emotional human brains that see a cigarette butt and think of longing, or a salt shaker and think of a family dinner.
It really is a sanctuary for the small things.
It is. And honestly, it's such a vibe. It won the European Museum of the Year award in 2014. People go there and they get lost in it. You don't even have to read the book to feel the story. Each of the 83 displays corresponds to one of the 83 chapters in the novel. It's like walking through a book.
That sounds like a dream. I definitely want to visit one day. But before we get deeper into the 70s Istanbul vibes, for everyone listening, if you're enjoying this little trip into the curious corners of the world with us, we'd love for you to join the loop.
Yeah, come hang out.
Just hit that follow button and get your daily curiosity fix. We're here every day. Now, Leo, back to the cigarette butts. Did he really collect 4,000 individual ones?
He did, and he wrote the date of when each one was smoked under them. It's incredibly obsessive, but in a way that's, kind of beautiful. It shows how the character Kemal was trying to hold on to every single second he spent with Füsun.
It's a bit heartbreaking, actually.
It is, but that's the innocence part of it. It's about the purity of that memory. It's a museum of the things we keep when we can't keep the person.
That's a lovely way to put it. Istanbul is already so poetic, but this just adds a whole new layer to it.
Totally. It's a museum that feels like a home. A very, very organized, slightly tragic home.
Well, I think I'm going to go look at my junk drawer with a bit more respect today.
As you should. Every object has a story, Maya.
Truly. Well, thanks for bringing this one today, Leo. It was unexpected.
Always. See you again, everyone.
Stay curious.